Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm speaking from a remote, undisclosed location, so forgive me. But I felt the importance of coming to this meeting tonight. I want to first thank the Board of Education for allowing the opportunity for me to speak. My name is Ed Vasta. I am a high school librarian, a teacher in the secondary building, entering my 27th year. I am the former president of the Manhasset Education Association as of May, my 19 years. I would like to start by saying, first of all, thanking you for listening to us and mentioning that about a decade ago, a new administrator in the personnel department decided to rename the personnel department the Human Resources Department. And when I jokingly asked him why they were renaming the department, they said they were, putting the human in human resources. And I said, well, wouldn't it have been less expensive to change the letterhead by leaving it as personnel and putting the personal in personnel? And with the 6 superintendents I've worked with and the multiple Board of Ed members I've worked with over the last 20 something years, one thing that we always agreed upon was, from a legal standpoint and from a human standpoint, with personnel matters, they were to be personal and to be considered internally, unless there were legal reasons that we couldn't. And we worked for 20 something years with that understanding. And my last 4 years working with Dr. Vincent Butera, I had the happenstance to work with him on a number of very, very important personnel items. And a couple of them were very important, where Vincent said, we need to keep this private because we need to let the employee respond to what it is that they're dealing with and have the dignity to return to work in a place where they're able to return without being hung in the court of public opinion. Dr. Butera was not allotted that opportunity through no fault of you, our own. When an allegation came or an assertion came to your attention in September of 2020, you did what you were supposed to do according to board policy. And you hired an outside legal counsel who did a very thorough investigation. After that legal counsel did their investigation, your on-house legal counsel also reviewed it, and the existing Board of Education reviewed. All 3 entities came up with the same conclusion, that severing service or terminating Dr. Butera's employment was not the option. I believe that was the right decision. It wasn't until the court of public opinion decided to make their decision and let hundreds and hundreds of people put their opinions into the mix that you had to make the decision to put him on a leave of absence, which I believe was the right decision also, to let things cool down. But I still believe, as now a former president of the union and as an employee, that you made the right choice. And it's a new big mix of board members, some I know and some I don't know. And you have a hard decision to make. The easier decision is to sever and move on. The harder decision is to not move on and let him come back. And there will be people who will be upset and stand outside. I was not one who stood outside the last time. I will not be one who will stand outside if he comes back. And I have a year to work until I retire. I have nothing to gain by making this statement tonight. I have more to lose by me being hung in the court of public opinion, by standing on the belief system that I think is important. I implore you to reconsider what decisions you might make. And I don't envy you in making those hard decisions. I'm not on your board to make that choice. So I support whatever decision you make, but I would like you to reconsider what decision you might make. And we will all have to live with that decision later. The right decision is often the hardest decision to make. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.